Thomas.
This is Scuba Steve Simmons.
And we're back at it again.
With 80 Proof, episode 13, I think. Is 13 a lucky? That's a lucky number, right? 13?
Lucky 13?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it unlucky? I think 13 is unlucky.
I think it's lucky.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Alright. 13 is lucky.
13 is lucky.
Alright, lucky number 13. It's going to be the best show ever. I'm going to call it now.
You're going to call it now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Alright. What are we drinking today?
What are we drinking today? So, a little bit different than what we usually do.
I don't like different.
I like it.
I don't like change.
So this is got a little bit of, it's called Oak Heart.
Oak Heart.
Spiced rum.
Ooh.
Yep, made by Bacardi. Pretty excited about this. I don't drink rum very often.
Yeah?
Rum is like end of summer drink for me.
I like a good rum, I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
Give that sucker a whiff. Tell me what
Yeah, sounds like rum.
Smells like rum.
That is definitely rum.
Very,
Do you like the dark rums or the lighter rums?
I don't have a preference.
Yeah.
I haven't drank enough rum to tell you the difference between light and dark rum.
I think I like the dark ones better alone, but the light one's better with a mix. Like a.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it's not bad.
You sure?
It tastes like an oak heart. Yeah.
Tastes like an Oak Heart.
Oak heart.
Like oak from...
I think perfect.
Perfect?
Perfect.
Except we didn't bring the ice. I was a slacker this
We don't
week.
need ice.
Didn't bring ice.
We're tough. We're tough. We don't need ice.
We're British now?
Yeah, we don't.
We
I think
don't
I was
need-
British. I don't know what accent that was. Alright, what's your...
Shit.
That thing's gonna
There you go. I
explode.
just knocked over the Coke and it spilled everywhere.
Alright,
First story.
First story.
Let's get straight into it.
let's jump straight in.
There was something I was going to say. I don't remember what it was.
I'll
think of it here in a
You
minute.
saved 15% or more on your car insurance by switching to Geico.
Sure.
That's great news, Isaac. Congratulations.
It's great news. I even got to meet the Geico gecko.
Oh, you got to meet the Geico Gecko? Ooh.
Eh,
He's kind of a jerk. Yeah.
kind of a douchebag.
Kind of, yeah, I figured.
He's a little douchey.
Yeah,
All the fame's just gone to his little...
he's been famous for too long. He's gone straight to his little
It's gone
head.
straight to his head. All right, we're going to start this one off on a serious note. It's a good thing.
Right,
I
gotta
gotta say
have
happy,
drama.
but start off and gotta have a little drama. So, this was something that was on NBC News that was recently published. That the Indiana police have solved a 47-year-old murder of a college student.
47 years.
47 years old.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah. So, but they finally solved this cold case.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So. The student that was going to Indiana State, I believe, named Pamela Milam. I'm not sure how you say her last name.
Okay.
She was 19 at the time, and she went to like some kind of sorority event, and then left. When she left, was never seen again. So then she actually I think if I remember, her dad found her the next day in the trunk of her own car.
Oh, my God.
She was like tied up and gagged, and yeah. So anyways.
Okay.
So they've been trying to figure this out, and they thought that it was another guy, but the DNA and stuff didn't match up. It was another guy that was on campus that had been in trouble for some other sexual assaults.
Okay.
And anyways, they couldn't prove that it was him, so he wasn't in charge in her particular case. But anyways, they weren't able to figure it out because there was no legitimate trace, whatever. So
Right. The glove did not fit.
the glove did not fit. So. But anyways, like I said, 46 years. They interviewed her sister, and her sister said it's been a long 46 years, 7 months, and 20 days
Jeez.
since her,
It's got to be brutal.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
So, and actually, come to find out, the guy that actually killed her was actually killed himself in a shootout with the police.
When?
In
Like in
1976.
In an unrelated thing?
Yeah. So I think it was. Let's see here. So I think they said 1976.
How'd they figure this out?
Okay, so what they did, 1978. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So he was killed not long after, right? A few years
6
later.
years later.
6 years later.
6 years later,
Man.
a shootout with the police. The guy's name is Jeffrey Lynn Hand, and they've identified him as the possible killer. So, anyways, they did the guy that was put in charge of because he's a police chief. He took on this cold case and sent off the DNA, because now that we have modern DNA testing and different things like that, we've got all these Ancestry.com type services and stuff like that. He was able to send it to a place like that, and they were able to get If I'm understanding it right.
So they found, so this guy's DNA came, this guy came up as the killer. Okay.
Right, and so I guess the guy was married and had 2 kids. And so, anyways, through their DNA, whatever, they were able to match his, and it was a 99.9% match.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
I wonder if that affects the way the family feels about it. If they figure it out after the fact and he's dead, and it's like there's no. Maybe it's just enough that there's closure.
Yeah.
But some people need like retribution. If there's there's nothing can be done because the guy's already dead. So.
Right. Well, I mean, and her sister, the one that knew the exact to the day that she had passed away, said we're happy to know that he has been out there living a great life for 47 years. So I mean, it's understandable. Definitely understandable.
Yeah, man. So at least they know that he's gone and he's not hurt. He hasn't hurt anyone else. Right. Hopefully that we know. He might have. He had 6 years. He probably did actually, but man, I can't imagine. That's insane.
Well, he did try to hurt somebody because it says that for picking up a hitchhiker. Oh, here we go. Hayden was previously arrested in 1973 for killing a hitchhiker he picked up, but was freed from prison in 1976, found not guilty for murder by reason of insanity.
Oh, okay. So they knew that he killed the hitchhiker, but by reason of insanity, it's like, okay, you're free to go.
I guess so.
But shouldn't they put you in the mental institution?
I would think so.
It's just like, okay, you only kill people because you're insane, so you're free to go. Like go kill more people because you're insane.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure this guy had some demons.
Something was going on.
Yeah. So I'm glad he's there. This is resolved. So, I guess. But I hope that family is okay. But.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking. It's 19.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine.
Yeah, it's just senseless. You can't make any sense. I don't know.
Right.
But, man.
I'm sure she had hopes and dreams and like.
Yeah, no one ever thinks.
Especially at 19, like.
Yeah, you don't think
conquer the
that's
world.
One day when you never think that's the day someone's gonna randomly kill you or something. So, the lesson is to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I thought I would talk about this one because it's in our state, so and I'm glad that they were able to catch this guy.
Yeah, me too.
Almost 47 years. 46 years, 7 months, and 20 days.
Well, I hope at least this gives some kind of closure to the family. So,
yeah.
Well, I have a lighter note.
Slightly. Now that we're all heavy.
This is
actually. Good night, folks.
This is a story of revenge. So it's lighter, but it's about revenge. And I'm going to talk about something that nobody's really talking about right now, and that's Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
And I think so. This actually starts last year, 2018. Avengers: Infinity War is coming out, and there's some these internet trolls, and they try to go online and
the worst.
Yeah, they like set out to spoil movies for people. So he's like using this hashtag that people use, asking people not to spoil the movie, like don't spoil Infinity War, or Thanos demands your silence, something like that. So he uses the hashtag to like find people on Instagram and spoil the movie for them. So this guy is one of the people who I don't know. That's all I do that. I have no idea what people get out of that, just to be a jerk. I don't know. So he spoiled this guy was one of the people who the movie was spoiled for a year ago. So what he decides to do is he befriends the spoiler on social media and stuff all this time, because becomes friends with him online, and then meanwhile he's kind of following him closely, seeing like when is he gonna see the movie. So Endgame. So he figures out he's not gonna see Endgame before I do. So he goes to the movies, sees Endgame, takes a bunch of pictures during the movie of like important moments. And then he sends this guy, the guy who spoiled the Infinity War for him. He sends this guy a bunch of messages with picked photos and a synopsis. He spoils the entire movie. And he's like, and then the guy's like, wait, why are you doing this? I thought we were friends. And he's like, no, we're not friends. You spoiled Infinity War for me a year ago, and now this is revenge. This is payback, and now we're even. So this is I don't know. I think that's great. Like, it's so much effort, right? But it's still like I'm glad this guy. Maybe I hope he feels better now. He got to get even, and now now everything's right, perfectly balanced, like Thanos would say. So I don't know. Would you do that if someone spoiled them? If you really were looking forward to something like that and you just didn't want it spoiled, then someone would that really bother you?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever had something?
No, not. I've overheard people talking about stuff, but it was never anything done on purpose.
Right.
But if said thing was to happen on purpose.
So how long do you think?
A moth on my leg.
How long do you think let's say for a movie? How long should you give people before you can?
You gotta give them at least a week or two.
Yeah, because most people who are going to see it will see it in the first couple of weeks.
That's what I'm saying. A week or two. That's all.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of the rule for an Endgame is like this past Monday was the first day where the director said like, all right, have at it. You've had your chance, whatever. Mm-hmm. But what about a TV show? A TV show that's on now. TV show. Because a lot of people don't watch the show until after the whole season's done, and then they'll binge it on Netflix. So that's what I do usually. So
yeah, just don't talk about it. If you know there's somebody else in the room that is interested in the show, or is gonna go. Just don't talk about it. Just wait. Leave names out at least.
On the Walking Dead Instagram has actually they've messed up. I've seen them. They made a post about an important character who died on the show, and they'll say like R.I.P. Glenn, and then
Glenn died?
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, Glenn died. See, it's been enough time. I think I can say that. So and then people will say like, oh, the episode hasn't aired in this region yet, and we didn't know Glenn dies. So that's actually the last episode I watched. Is when Negan. He has a baseball bat with barbed wire wrapped around called Lucille, and he lines up all that was the season 6 finale. That was the cliffhanger, and he's gonna choose who to beat to death. And so and then the next season premiere is like it's two of them, Abraham and Glenn, who are like two of the most important characters in the show. So he kills them both, and it's like really graphic. They show every second of it, and it's so bad. And then like that's the last one I watched because I needed a break, and then the season kept going, so I just missed it all. And then a lot of people jumped off at that point, I think, because it was just like, man, it was so brutal. And
yeah.
And I'm also like, maybe I'm a wimp because that was, I don't know, it was just a lot. And you see Glenn's like eyeball popping out of his head. It's just like awful. And then anyway, my point is, if it's been enough time, like for instance, let's say if you have Fight Club, which came out 20 years ago, right?
Right.
So
no. If it's been 20 years, there's no excuse.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's
no excuse.
Like if we're at a bar, like we normally are on a Wednesday,
right?
We're at a bar and we're talking about the ending of Fight Club, and someone's like, "Hey, I haven't seen it," then it doesn't matter. It's been 20 years. That's your fault. It's their fault. But if someone says, "Oh, I'm finally gonna watch Fight Club tonight. I never saw it. I'm finally gonna watch it."
Then shut up.
Then I'm not gonna be like,
just shut up.
"Oh, Brad Pitt and Edward Norton are the same person." Duh, and then I'm not gonna do that. So
I don't know that I've ever seen that whole movie, but I know enough to see that.
I think everyone knows that twist at the end by now, but it's a wild movie. You got to see it. By the way, they're the same. No, I'm joking. The moral of the story is no spoilers. Don't spoil things for people if you can help it. Don't be a jerk. Even I don't know why people do that. It's just annoying. And the thing is, people will. When something comes out that I want to see and I don't want spoiled, I'll just avoid social media altogether because people will post screenshots and they'll talk about it and they'll spoil it like that same day, and they'll try to spoil it for everyone, and it's wrong. It's just wrong. Morally. It's wrong. Anyway, I'm all worked out.
We just started watching Game of Thrones.
Oh,
we're almost done with the first chapter, but there's a lot of stuff that I kind of already know from hearing other people talk about it.
That's hard to avoid the spoilers. That's such a pop culture thing. It's everywhere. You can't.
All the memes and
it's everywhere.
Yeah,
yeah. Even I've only seen a few episodes of the show, and I know like so much about what happens later because it's just everywhere, and people talk about it, and it's like you said, memes and everything.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's what we do though. We wait till stuff's over and then we binge it.
That's good. I would do that a lot too. It's just then you don't have to wait and you don't have to try to get the cable package or whatever. So you just
Yeah.
But.
So, anyways, it's okay so far.
Yeah. It's okay.
We watched episode 1 and I was ready to turn it off.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was horrible. I thought it was absolutely horrible.
Well,
but now we're on. We've watched through episode 8.
So you think it's getting better?
It's a lot better now.
Okay, that's good.
But episode 1 was horrible. Yeah. It was just like they always do that on the first episode, where it's just introductions to everybody, and so it was just like, hi, my name's Ned. Hi, my name is Rob. Hi, my name is Cersei. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was. And
that's a weird way to do a pilot, because usually when you make a pilot, I don't like, I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about. Usually a pilot is like, it's a full story to show what the show is going to be like. Sure. It tells a full story within that show. It introduces everything, of course, but it also tells a story. Right. Because that could be it. It could just be the pilot. So that's kind of weird. And also, you can't judge a show by its pilot, because you never know. Yeah, a lot of times it takes a season or two to figure out what the show's going to be exactly. So. Yeah, but who has time to watch a season or two? You know what I mean? Like, that's your first impersonation of that show, if you will. Oh yeah. It's your first, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, "Oh, it's amazing," and then you watch it and you're like, "Actually, I thought it sucked." Yeah. And I think, like I said, I think the show's getting a lot better. Right. But episode just going off of episode 1, and then the next day I'm talking about it at work, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the first season's not that great." Why did you continue watching it? Like, why? Yeah. I don't understand, why I saw the first episode, when it first came on years ago. So all I remember it's got an all-star cast, so that's cool. And then, but I do remember that I didn't get a good sense of what the show was going to be when I watched it. So I didn't really keep watching. Right. So, yeah. But if we weren't looking for a new show to watch right now, we probably wouldn't have continued watching it. Right. I mean, just to be 100. At least it's got short seasons, so that's good. 10 episodes. Yeah. Yeah, but they're an hour long. Yeah, but I thought The Walking Dead had one of the best pilots. Just that episode of, hey, Rick wakes up in the hospital and the world is ended and he has to figure out what's going on. That was a great pilot. I think. And it's just him. He's the only pretty much. What? That was another one. We watched the first 2 seasons out of it. We're like, we're done. Yeah, I was over it. Yeah, the second one was really slow, and then you gotta. The third, it gets good again after that, and then I haven't watched it in a few years, but it did get better. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Endgame, it is the first film to ever break $1 million in the opening week. $1 billion, right? $1 billion. What did I say? $1 million? Yeah. $1 billion. If it made $1 million, that'd be $1 million in the first week. Probably, I guarantee it costs a lot more than that to make it. It costs probably 360 million maybe to make. That's insane. And that's probably 90. It's probably more than that. Yeah. So it was just the film that beat it before was Avatar, right? Nope. It was the Avengers. Right. As far as the record for. Sorry. As far as the record for the first week. So let's see. Yeah. And that was just the first weekend. Now it's made over $2 billion. Yes. Already. And that's so. So it made $350 million domestically on the domestic debut. Another $859 million globally. It might be the biggest movie of all time because right now Avatar is still number 1 of all time, and that made like $2.7 billion, I think. Yeah. And it also had a re-release, so that kind of helped. Right. But I think Endgame could top it if it. I think that's one people are gonna see over and over again. So that's people are. It's not gonna. It's gonna slow down, but it's still gonna keep making a lot of money. Yeah. So. Right. And this says Avengers Endgame hit the $1 billion mark in 5 days, faster than its predecessor Avengers Infinity War, which held the previous record at 11 days. But it's still not faster than a speeding bullet. Is that what it said? Yes. Is that the articles? That's Superman. That's not even. Right, that's DC. I know. They don't know anything. These people. These people. There's never been a Superman movie that's made $1 billion ever. No, the one that had the most recent Superman that they put out. Not Justice League. Not Justice League. Man of Steel. Man of Steel made like $600 million, I think. But I thought it was really good. I actually liked it until he became Superman, I think. Like, until that last part when he's like fighting the big machines and the gravity, like that. But it was actually a good movie. I thought it was kind of like gravity. You remember those big like terraforming machines. That
Right.
are,
Oh yeah.
So that part got kind of slow to me, but overall, I thought it was kind of like Batman Begins, where it's like a good origin story, and it like reintroduced the character
Batman
for
Begins
a
is very
modern
good.
audience. It wasn't as good as that, but it was like it was good, you know. So.
I think Man of Steel and Batman Begins are far better than Wonder Woman. Was okay. Wonder Woman was just okay.
I liked Wonder Woman until I thought the end when she was like fighting the other god guy was kind of like, again, it's like the last action scene.
They built him up to be more than what he was.
Yeah, but other than that, I thought it was.
I was disappointed
really good
with what
movie,
they did with the bad guy.
Yeah,
I felt like the bad guy should have been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I thought was freaking awful.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Don't waste your time.
I still got to see it. It's a superhero.
I mean,
movie.
you gotta watch it, but it's horrible.
I don't know what to think about it.
It's corny.
I saw Shazam though. That was excellent. It was more than anything. It was just like a great time. You know, like it's really funny and it's got a lot of heart and it's got a great message and it's just great. But Shazam's the one to see.
Yeah.
But I think it's crazy. Like Superman used to be like the superhero, but now it's like you can't. How do you make, people aren't as interested anymore in Superman because it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I never thought, like, Justice League kind of flopped at the box office. I never thought a Justice League movie wouldn't make like like $1 billion or something,
Yeah, it's just the Avengers set a very, very high bar.
Yeah.
I think if Justice League would have come out before Avengers, it would have been a different story.
And also the Marvel movies set a standard of like, you got to make great characters and make people care about the characters. You can't just make a superhero movie anymore.
Right.
You can't just, nobody cares if it's just people in costumes and you don't care who they are, what they're going through.
Yeah.
So you gotta care. You gotta put a lot of effort into the characters now. So.
Right.
But.
Like I like Jason Momoa. I'm a Jason Momoa fan, I guess. But like.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah.
But I don't know. Just the standalone movie.
Didn't work for you.
Nah,
Didn't do it.
It was okay. I liked him a lot better in the Justice League movie.
Yeah, I liked him in that movie. Yeah. But I'll see it. I don't know. I guess I didn't care enough to go see it in theaters, but I still want to see it.
Yeah, we waited until it came out on Netflix. I wasn't that excited about it.
Well, definitely watch Shazam if you get a chance, because that one's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll do that. Another one. We'll wait for until it comes out on Netflix.
Yeah,
and then,
that's it. Yeah.
And I'll watch Endgame again. I wasn't the biggest, and we've already had this conversation.
Yeah.
I wasn't the most impressed with Endgame.
Yeah.
I thought it was very, very well done. I thought it was a good movie,
and I loved it. It's like one of my favorite movies now.
No, it was really, really good. It was way too damn long. For one,
it's a lot.
If they would have cut off 20 minutes, I would have been fine.
But what do you cut? You can't cut it.
You could have
cut all important.
You could have. I don't want to spoil it if anybody.
I
would say this.
We're past that. Yeah.
They could have. We're past that.
This is
spoilers.
The
Spoilers. Do not. We need to put that in the title or something. Spoilers if you have not seen Endgame. They spent way too long on Thor.
Thor's like one of the best characters now.
I don't disagree with that. I'm not saying that, but he's like, I don't know. He looks like me throughout the whole movie. Like
whatever. That's the thing though. He's never lost before. He's never, he's gone through so much stuff.
I thought about this last night as I was laying in bed. I've put a lot of thought.
I was laying in bed last night thinking about Thor.
Well, I mean, he's a beautiful man.
He's a beautiful man.
He's a beautiful man.
Anyway.
But no, okay, so we saw him cry in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He wasn't in Guardians.
Volume 2?
He was in Infinity War. He met the Guardians in that one, but he wasn't in... That was the first time he ever met them.
Definitely in Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, he wasn't. I know those movies so well. He was not in those at all. You must be thinking of someone else. He was not in those movies. He was.
Which one did he get his eye?
That was Infinity War.
It was Infinity War. Okay.
His eye.
Okay.
He met the Guardians for a second in that one.
That's the one that I'm talking about then. He cried in that.
He didn't even cry.
He cried in Ragnarok. He
didn't cry in Ragnarok.
He was like
Ragnarok was too fast paced. Like his dad dies and that was sad, but then he has to keep going and he doesn't get to.
He doesn't have time to right.
He doesn't, and this is the first time he has time and things are like he's lost and he has time to mourn everything and he's just like broken down.
I understand all of that. However, it's not real life and it's a movie, so. And I know that there's like a decent time gap.
If you don't do that, then who cares about Thor? Because Thor was boring before Ragnarok. He was the most boring Avenger. He was a strong guy with thunder, and he's funny sometimes. But now he's like
the first Thor.
I like the first Thor. The second one,
it sucked.
Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. But now Ragnarok made him like a funny, vulnerable character.
It did,
now
and I know there's a different
different
director too. With
Yeah,
this
it's a
movie,
different.
the first one.
Yeah,
I like
he's a great director.
I like the flow of the second one far better than I did the first one. I don't know who directed the first one. It was very, very well done.
The third one was
I
the
just
best,
didn't care for
Ragnarok.
it. I just like the second one better. I like Ragnarok a lot better.
Ragnarok was the third one. Yeah.
Right? Okay, so what's the second one? What's the name of the
The
second
Dark
one?
World.
The
That's
Dark
the one
World.
when
That
he
one
teams
was
up with
good.
Loki, yeah.
That one was good.
That one was fine. No, I thought it was like the villain kind of sucked. Was
There
the
were some
worst thing
corny parts in it.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll be talking about this for years to come. And
We will be talking about this for years to come.
You need to. I think you should watch it again when it comes out.
I'm
we're,
burning
we're,
up.
we're gonna watch it together. Me too. I'm so hot. I'm sweating.
Rome was making me hot.
All right, let's get to the last story.
Last story.
This is this is our Florida story. This week in Florida, there was. Okay, first of all, let me do like a little
Segue.
We live in Southern Indiana, and there's a lot of bumper stickers are a big thing, and not bumper stickers are a fine thing if it's like it's a brand, it's what your kids do. It's like, oh, I'm a proud parent of this. That's bumper stickers are a fine thing.
All right, my kid won the spelling bee,
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like it's a way to it's a way of expression. It's the obnoxious ones, like
The political ones.
the political ones, or the like combative ones. It's like it's weird. It's weird. That
Or like the
people feel
ones with the little boy that's peeing.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. It's weird. Or it's like
What is that? He was a cartoon from back in the day, wasn't he?
I think I don't know.
I know it's from
Yeah,
something.
it's from something. But so this is in Lake City, Florida. This guy named Dylan Shane Webb decides to.
What's his name? Shane Webb?
Dylan Shane Webb. So he decides. There's like a joke between him and his friends. He gets a bumper sticker that says "I eat ass." That's what it says. That's it. That's it. And then
That's it?
that's it.
I eat
That's
ass.
the joke.
Okay.
He thought it was hilarious. He's 23 years old.
He's 23?
Yeah.
Let the man have his bumper sticker.
Yeah, exactly. So he's pulled over one day, and the cop is like, he says, you're violating a Florida statute that's about the possession and distribution of obscene material. And and then Webb, the guy, is like, well, it's just words. It's just words. So the deputy's like, so what if the parent of a small child saw this? How would this parent explain this to their child? And he's like, well, it's up to the parent, So the deputy asks him to remove one of the letters from the word "ass" to make it less not obscene. So I guess if it's "I eat as," so somehow that's, I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. But so he refuses, of course. So the deputy, he's arrested. This guy's arrested, and he's released a few hours later on a $2,500 bond.
$2,500? Oh my gosh!
So he plans to file a wrongful arrest lawsuit against the sheriff's office. So the American Civil Liberties Union of Florida released a statement, and they're pretty much saying like the police have better things to do than use their time on this.
It's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Do you think he should?
Let the man have his bumper sticker. It's a bumper sticker, or if it bothers you that much, take the sticker off. Like, make him take the sticker off.
This is what I really think. Legally, no, he shouldn't have been arrested. That's
ridiculous.
It is.
Give him a ticket, and let's keep it moving.
Yeah, and like they said, the police have better things to do. I think that's, but at the same time, it is stupid. It's childish. It's immature. It's obnoxious.
But he's 23. He's going to be immature and childish and obnoxious. I'm 30. I think it's hilarious, but it's just, but I'm not going to put that bumper sticker on my car though.
Yeah, it's
funny. Keep it moving.
It's
like,
not
it's
that
just
funny.
It's stupid, man.
But at the same time, I don't think he should be arrested for that. But it's
not at all.
But at the same time, like maybe he should grow up. But I don't know, I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing. Like the truck nuts. You remember that? Like
I do.
It just looked like a ball.
We seen one a couple weeks ago.
Your tailgate. Yeah.
No, we seen one a couple weeks ago, and
like what is
one
that?
of my boys pointed it out.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like, why? What are you trying to say? What is the message?
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
I got a big truck, so I need big.
It's just so obnoxious. It's like some of those bumper stickers, just like, I got balls on my truck. It's just like, it's so weird. I don't get it. I don't even. I don't know. I just don't understand it all.
I
but
don't know.
I think
Whatever,
those weren't those ruled like. It's not a kind of they're like you're not supposed to do that. Like truck nuts is like
I can see that being
you're not
illegal
allowed to do that
Indiana.
because it is like considered obscene to show that on like a
that I understand.
yeah.
The nuts dangling behind your truck, I understand.
That's-
but the bumper
yeah.
sticker that says "I eat ass," like let it.
It's stupid, but it's not actually illegal. It's
Right.
illegal.
And there's
I would definitely would never have
if
that.
you and as a parent of 3 kids, 3 small kids, my oldest will be 8 in June.
Yeah.
I'm like, if my kid, I don't curse in front of my children that often. We'll preface that with saying
Well, sometimes things
sometimes things
Yeah.
slip.
you're just a
My
person. Yeah.
my boys who are older, they know which words are
They shouldn't.
they shouldn't and shouldn't say, and they know they get on me for saying like if
Yeah,
the
'cause they
few
won't follow the
times that
rules,
it
yeah.
slipped right, whatever. If my kids were to see that, they'd be like, "Oh, that's a bad word."
Right.
And I'm like, and if my son asks, like, what does that mean? I'm not going to explain it to him.
Right.
You just, like, I don't know. Not that you just make something up and keep it moving,
No,
but you know
just
what I
say,
mean? Like,
oh, that's a.
that's
you
just,
don't
he's
have
just
to explain it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's ways to get around it.
Yeah.
He's just being immature. It's something he thinks it's funny. And then keep it moving.
Right. You don't.
We
yeah.
spend so much time on, like, he offended me. He said something that I don't like. He offended me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just keep it moving.
I
Or
don't-
if it
I
bothers you that, as a cop, if it bothers you that much, take the sticker off.
Right.
Give the man his $60 ticket or whatever it is for pulling people over. You don't even have to give him a ticket.
Yeah.
Pull him over. Take a marker. Like over ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And keep it moving.
Yeah.
To me, that's a funnier bumper sticker. I eat, and then you just fill in the blank.
That's funnier than I eat ass. Is not even. That's not even a joke. It's not funny. But that's what my suggestion is that. What's his name? Dylan Shane Webb. Yeah, he might want to grow up, find a better sense of humor, but he shouldn't have gotten to jail. I say that. Yeah.
Not at all. That's ridiculous. That's what people in Florida's taxpayer dollars are going to.
Yeah, so there's probably better. There's better things to do in Florida.
Who knows?
We read so many Florida stories with people doing crazy stuff. So there's better, But
The man, I mean, obviously the man's proud that he eats ass.
very proud of it. Yeah.
Leave the man alone. That's
So
leave the man alone.
he thinks that's funny.
He thinks whatever.
I
bro.
guess whatever, but
Whatever floats your goat.
whatever. You are what you eat. So that's
Yeah, in the show on that. That's
yeah.
you
That's,
are what you eat.
That's the moral of the story. You are what you eat.
So I am burning up.
Yeah, so you're
One drink of
gotta-
rum, I'm like
get some-
sweating for. I just took a shower an hour ago. I'm gonna go take another shower because I've been drinking rum.
I'm sweating too. But all right, that's all we got for this week. We're gonna go cool off, and
I thought you were gonna say we were gonna take a shower.
we're gonna go take a shower.
We're
Me and
gonna take a
Isaac, we are gonna take a shower.
All right, Oak Heart rum. You drink it,
Drink
get a
it.
fan
That's the slogan. Oak
and
Heart
ice,
rum.
or just put ice in it.
Yeah, or just put ice in it.
It's cool. It's cold, but it's not like
Yeah,
it needs some ice.
I
It's
like
good though. I
It's
like
good.
it.
Especially as far as rums can be kind of harsh sometimes. Then it's just, but this one is a little smooth, a little
It's
sweeter,
smooth. Yep, it's smooth. I like it.
a little spicy, a little sweet.
Made by Bacardi, and it was cheap too.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like $11.
It's delicious and it's sweet too.
Yep.
Maybe put a little bit of Coca-Cola in it and you'll be good to go.
Yep.
So
This would be really good with like a cigar. This would be really, really good with a cigar. Drink, yeah.
I mean that's a cigar, good old glass of rum. Put that on your bumper sticker and smoke it. All right.
All right,
right,
week
that's it
13, lucky week 13.
Lucky week 13 out.
Out? Are we just...
That's it. All right. See you next week.
See you next
Thanks
week.
for listening.